this case, though, the officer, again, in good faith, took the guy's word at face value that he didn't want you there. So he was preparing to issue all the required paperwork. From our agency to give you that notice to depart and not return. But like I said, we pointed out to them, if the store still wants to let them buy, then walk away. Then we don't have nothing here, bye-bye. And that's pretty, like I said, that's pretty much where we're at. I know you're not going to agree. You're going to say that, we're going to have to agree to disagree on this, because this is, this is what it is. You know what I mean? The officer's not trying to be unreasonable, abusive, or anything. He's just trying to do his job and do it as per the requirements of the agency and the the statutes. Now again, you're gonna say 3802 only under arrest. It's not a single sentence, Andre. Like, there's more. There's multiple stipulations on there.
On April 27th, 2024, Officer Chavez with the Horizon City, Texas Police Department launched an investigative detention upon myself at the Vista Markets grocery store in Horizon City, Texas. He claimed that he had the authority to detain me based on the fact that that the police department had received a phone call about accusing me of video recording people in the grocery store. I don't believe that this gave the Horizon City Police Department and Officer Chavez the legal authority to detain me, to launch an investigative detention and to detain me, because there was no reasonable articulated suspicion that criminal activity was afoot. There was no reasonable articulated suspicion that a crime had occurred, was occurring, or was about to occur. Unless the video recording that I was being accused of, which I never even did any video recording on April 27, 2024 at that grocery store. But even if I had, unless someone was trying to accuse me of doing invasive, illegal type of video recording, like let's say if I was to be accused of video recording in a bathroom or some other place that is recognized as a location where there's an expectation of privacy, like a dressing room at a clothing store or something like that, and if I was doing it secretly to satisfy myself sexually or something like that, then that would be different. But the accusation that was made against me was that I had simply video recorded in a grocery store. So that in and of itself, I do not believe that gives police officers the legal authority to detain someone, because that is not that is not an accusation of a crime. That's not criminal activity. That might be a reason for a private business to give someone a criminal trespass warning, but I don't believe that gives the police department the legal authority to detain someone unless there's some other criminal activity that they suspect. But video recording in and of itself in a publicly accessible location is not criminal activity. So right off the bat, on April 27, 2024, when Officer Chavez detained me he instantaneously detained me. He came into the grocery store, he saw me, and he instantaneously detained me and then demanded my ID, and in so many words said that if I did not give him my ID, that I was going to have a negative consequence, which I assumed to be an arrest, that he was going to arrest me for the crime of failure to ID, which in the state of Texas is Texas Penal Code 38-1 .02. That's the crime in this state for failing to ID, but it's a misinterpreted statute that police either deliberately ignore or are ignorant about throughout the state of Texas. I've dealt with the exact same issue with the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office, where I was given a citation for violation of Texas Penal Code 3802, failure to ID, when I had never violated that law. When the statute was actually carefully read by the El Paso County, Texas Sheriff's Office on a later date and by the district attorney, the citation was dismissed. I wasn't given any fine. I had never violated that law. So, and then that's just the issue dealing with failure to ID. But even before we even get to that, I don't believe that Officer Chavez of the Horizon City, Texas Police Department even had the legal authority to detain me in the first place, because the report that came to the police department on April 27th, 2024 was that I had video recorded in the grocery store. Supposedly, I was being accused of doing it on April 27th, 2024. I was also being accused of doing so on previous occasions. I can tell anybody who's listening to this that I only recorded on one occasion. But regardless of the time period of when I actually video recorded, that is not a crime to video record in a publicly accessible location, unless there's some other factor that triggers a violation of the Texas Penal Code. Like I said, like if I was to do it in a clandestine way, to video record in a place where there's an expectation of privacy, like a dressing room or a bathroom, something like that. That would be a crime. Anyway, I just wanted to put this out there for the people who watch my videos so that they can get some understanding as to why I filed a complaint with the Horizon City, Texas Police Department against Officer Chavez, who overall I have no other issues with. I don't think that he's a bad police officer overall, but this is a violation of my civil rights, and it's a search and seizure issue that the Horizon City, Texas Police Department should take seriously, because they're not operating according to law. And not only are they not operating according to law when it comes to search and seizure at the incident that I dealt with on April 27, 2024, but now that I filed a complaint, it appears that the police department is deliberately stonewalling me or stalling and ignoring my complaint. So that creates another issue of due process, because in this state, Texas state law mandates that a formal complaint is to be given a certain form of due process and to be reviewed by the police department. So that's where it's at right now. I'll continue making videos about this issue, but like I said, I don't believe that the Horizon State, Texas Police Department had the authority, the legal authority to detain me on April 27, 2024. And I don't believe that the police department, once I was detained, had the authority to coerce and demand my identification from me under threat of arrest. So I'm supposed to be protected from unreasonable searches and seizures by the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure and the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. And that was trampled upon that day. Those rights that I'm supposed to be protected from unreasonable seizures, searches and seizures. That's not what happened on April 27th, 2024 at the Vista Markets grocery store here in Horizon City, Texas. Instead, the Horizon City, Texas Police Department, Officer Chavez, immediately, hastily launched an investigative detention upon me, and he did not have reasonable articulated suspicion that either a crime had been committed, was being committed, or was about to be committed. People can call the police for all sorts of reasons, but that doesn't necessarily mean that criminal activity has occurred, is occurring, or is about to occur. The police officer based on rational inferences, articulable facts, and their training and experience, that police officer has to determine whether there's criminal activity afoot, as the Supreme Court said many years ago in the famous case of Terry versus Ohio in 1968.
I'm sorry?
What haven't you been doing with?
Oh, on April 27th, one of your officers, he detained me without RAS.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So once again, you guys need to work on your search and seizure procedures.
Oh, well.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't think it was me, but...
Yeah, well, but you wear the same uniform.
And as you can see right there from Officer Sierra's reaction, there's just, in my opinion, just a attitude and culture in the Horizon City, Texas Police Department of just completely being apathetic and ignoring the issue. I mean, obviously, I'm considered to be like a troublemaker and, you know, just constantly video recording and creating issues. That's what I interpret, is that the Horizon City, Texas Police Department just dismisses me because they just figure, well, that's just the way Andre is. He's always trying to start something. But actually, that's not my intention. I only bring up issues that I believe are legitimate. I'm not just trying to cause issues for no reason. And like I said, the search and seizure policy at the Horizon City, Texas Police Department is not in accordance with state law or federal law, either of the two. The incident that I had on April 27th, 2024 is one example of that. And when I tried to tell Officer Sierra, you know, about the issue, you know, he just completely dismissed me and has no concern, which I kind of don't blame him, because he has to protect himself and pay his own bills and protect his career. So nobody wants to put their neck out there and you know be taking on this whole agenda and basically going against the grain and becoming someone who is quote unquote anti-law enforcement, which is kind of ironic to even say that, because the word anti-law enforcement is actually saying that, you know, to demand that the law gets followed is somehow anti-law enforcement. That's crazy when you really think about it, because these people are actually supposed to enforce the law. And instead, when you confront the police department, many of these law enforcement agencies throughout the state and throughout the country, when you confront these law enforcement agencies about how they do not enforce the law, either they omit and fail to enforce certain laws, or the laws that they are enforcing, they're not doing it properly, or they're doing it excessively. I mean, there's various different forms of not following proper legal practices. And when you confront these police departments about these issues, one of the most ironic things I hear from a lot of these cops is they consider that, to confront these police departments, they consider that to be anti-law enforcement. So it really makes your head spin when you really think about it. I mean, they're supposed to be law enforcement, and they have a problem with being told that they're not following the law. But that's why I created this YouTube channel, so at least I could say something to someone. Even if it's not the police department, I could at least tell the people.
este crimen de la semana, Crime Stoppers y la policía del Paso buscan identificar a un hombre que amenazó a 2 otros con una pistola.
El domingo 19 de mayo a las 10 a.m., 2 hombres caminaban hacia el norte por la calle Giles cuando un hombre en una camioneta roja apuntó una pistola hacia ellos. El sospechoso fue capturado en video entrar a la tienda DK en el 800 Norte Carolina. El hombre es hispano en sus 30s o 40s, de estatura baja, cuerpo delgado y usa bigote y barba de cadena y está quedando calvo. El sospechoso manejaba una camioneta Nissan modelo anterior color roja de 2 puertas y fue visto manejar por la Carolina hacia North Loop. Se alega que el hombre apuntó una pistola negra hacia las víctimas.
Cualquier persona con información sobre la identidad de este hombre debe de llamar anónimamente a Crime Stoppers del Paso al 566-8477, 566-TIPS. In this Crime of the Week, Crime Stoppers in the El Paso Police Department is looking to identify a man that threatened 2 others with a handgun.
On Sunday, May 19th at 10 a.m., 2 men were walking north on Giles when a man in a red pickup truck pointed a gun at them. The suspect was captured on video going into the DK store at 800 North Carolina. The man is Hispanic, in his late 30s or 40s, short, has a small build, a mustache and goatee, and is balding on top. The suspect was in a red 2-door older model Nissan pickup truck and was last seen driving on Carolina towards North Loop. The man is alleged to have pointed a black handgun towards the victims.
Anyone with any information on the identity of this man should call Crime Stoppers of El Paso at 566-8477. That's 566-TIPS.
So what's going on right here? You want to talk outside? Come on. Am I being detained, sir? Yes, you are. Okay. Oh, all right. What's the reason for my detainment?
Because they called in saying that someone's recording them.
Who's being recorded?
I believe the employees.
I didn't record anybody.
Yeah, there's videos on YouTube. Recording all
I didn't record anybody today.
No, but I mean,
Yeah, right. Days ago.
Yeah, but we're gonna do a restraining order.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna do a restraining order so you can.
Oh, I'm not allowed to shop here.
Do you have an ID on you?
Yes, I do.
Can I see your ID, please?
Am I under arrest?
You're being detained.
Right, but if I'm not under arrest, I don't have to give you my ID.
But I need to know who you are.
Obviously, you haven't studied Texas Penal Code 3802.
Sir, you want to take... Look, there's 2 ways we could do this. The easy way or the hard way. What way do you want to go?
In this case, though, the officer, again, in good faith, took the guy's word at face value that he didn't want you there. So he was preparing to issue all the required paperwork. From our agency to give you that notice to depart and not return. But like I said, we pointed out to them, if the store still wants to let them buy, then walk away. Then we don't have nothing here, bye-bye. And that's pretty, like I said, that's pretty much where we're at. I know you're not going to agree. You're going to say that, we're going to have to agree to disagree on this, because this is, this is what it is. You know what I mean? The officer's not trying to be unreasonable, abusive, or anything. He's just trying to do his job and do it as per the requirements of the agency and the the statutes. Now again, you're gonna say 3802 only under arrest. It's not a single sentence, Andre. Like, there's more. There's multiple stipulations on there.